There's better ones than that.
Yo, Jojo.
There's a bunch of them. It's been a problem. It's extremely consuming.
So we're in a helicopter in Iceland over some fjords and lava flows on the way.
Hey, I'm a dumb fuck.
Genesis.
I'm a bum.
Ethereum
I'm the
mine.
Well, when you're mining, what do you think that they're doing it? You think that they're just like, oh, I'm swinging a pickaxe at a rock? When they're mining, aren't they literally just solving a bunch of literally useless numbers?
Millions in cryptocurrency. He started mining Bitcoin in his dorm room.
Is it just crunching numbers together?
Later, the 28-year-old college dropout turned a single wheezing computer into a lucrative crypto.
Yeah, it runs the blockchain,
empire.
but you don't get it though.
What you're seeing here is the Enigma facility, which is the largest Ethereum mining facility in the world. And it was an exciting time. It was years ago when we came here and built this. And now we're expanding further and further because the demand is growing and everyone is ramping up the capacity.
Yeah, but when you think
about
it,
if you have the money, you can always buy cryptocurrency. Last year, Bitcoin peaked at almost $20,000. Or you can earn it by running a cryptocurrency mine, a network of computers that serve as the backbone of the crypto economy.
What are these machines doing?
So those computers are miners. They are mining cryptocurrencies and they're validating the transactions on the blockchain.
This is why you can't get your new GPU this Christmas or for your birthday. This is why you're going to run slow and you can't fucking buy it.
So I pay somebody for something.
Yeah.
In a cryptocurrency. It's being validated potentially by one of these computers.
Yeah, that's true.
And when somebody makes that transaction, you validate it here in Iceland and you make money.
Yes.
How much does one of these cost to create? If I'm going to create one of these at home.
Probably not very expensive.
$2,000.
And how many are in here? In this one warehouse here?
Tens of thousands. Yeah.
Tens of thousands.
Mining operations like Marco's were made possible by pseudonymous programmer Satoshi Nakamoto, who in 2009 created Bitcoin.
Well, I thought it was GPUs. It's just GPUs.
Currency run by no one.
Isn't it just like a motherboard on its own? GPU, supply, a wire, maybe even a USB, and that's about it.
An entity and beyond the control of any one
like
government.
nothing.
But Nakamoto, whose true identity remains a well-guarded secret, faced an obvious problem. If no physical currency exists, who tracks the ownership of a digital coin?
ASICs, what does that mean?
To solve this, he created the blockchain, software that records and stores information, like who owns a Bitcoin, on a decentralized ledger shared across millions of computers. It can't be changed, and it's nearly impossible to hack.
The big thing about mining in general is that it's not one single central entity that validates all the transactions. The miners all over the world are validating them.
So this server farm on this kind of moonscape of Iceland, this might replace a central bank.
It's not only replacing, actually, it's making a central entity obsolete.
It's a scam. It's a bubble. It's going to burst. Everyone's going to...
I think the example was stupid there, though. Because isn't, like, everybody doing it? If it wasn't him, maybe it'd be somebody else, and it's like...
lose all their money.
So for some cryptocurrencies, it's most likely true. I
mean, they're doing it for selfish reasons, of course.
I see real value
it's
in,
not like
for example, Bitcoin or Ethereum. The underlying technology is
guys, I'm the savior. Guys, today I made this farm to validate your transactions. I'm here to help. Like, dude, fuck off.
I've had people tell me this, that this is the most revolutionary technology that we've seen since the wide-scale adoption of the internet.
Very comparable to the beginning of the internet. At the beginning, it was just a protocol, very abstract. But now, I mean, we're nearly doing everything in the internet.
blockchain, which some are comparing to the early days of the internet. It sounds confusing, but listen up.
It introduces so many opportunities, so many unique business models.
People say blockchain could end companies as we know them.
For regulators, it is certainly a concern. You have things like the SEC, you have FinCEN, you have the IRS.
But while the business world scrambles to exploit it and governments rush to regulate it, countries like Russia see a very different opportunity.
My sense of cryptocurrency is largely driven to evade U.S. sanctions and to undermine sovereign currencies. Both of them are a challenge to the national interests of the United States.
We need to search for unconventional solutions. These are the people who will build our new future and live there.
One of those unconventional solutions is the Ethereum blockchain, created by a man named Vitalik Buterin.
Я с большим удовольствием приглашаю на сцену основателя компании Ethereum, главный рок-н-ролльщик биткоина и майнинга Виталия Бутерина.
That's great, thank you.
Raised in Canada to Russian parents, Vitalik is the blockchain movement's biggest celebrity.
If blockchains are in a vast transformative, as the proponents are saying they are, then that would imply that eventually we'll see hundreds of millions of people using it in some way or another.
Vitalik created the Ethereum blockchain when he was just 21 years old, and its cryptocurrency, the Ether, is second only to Bitcoin. Its market cap increased by over 10,000% in 2017. Vitalik is on a global campaign to raise awareness of his creation and its potential applications for business, finance, and government.
This guy, man. The super villain.
Where are we going now?
We are going to Kazan, which I understand is the capital of the Republic of Tatarstan in Russia. I've met government people from Canada, US, UK, Russia, China, Taiwan.
So he's a super villain, and in my head I was replaying the scene when it said they were like introducing him, and I just saw him like a puff of smoke, and he's like floating with his legs crossed or some shit, and dude, you know.
In Singapore, Thailand.
As a super villain,
usually the central banks want to have a chat, and like, why not?
But you're 23 years old, and you're saying sentences like, usually the central banks want to talk with me. That's not, it's very rare, I would probably say. I'm older than you, and nobody wants to talk to me.
Hi.
Am I riding with you guys? Is that, no, we can't.
I think you're riding this car.
Yeah, this guy is getting.
So we're behind a very nice Mercedes.
This interviewer needs to chill, dude.
Because it's a VIP car. Vitalik, who's treated like
he's trying a little too hard.
The Kremlin rolled out the red carpet for Vitalik, hoping their prodigal son would return home.
Это особый колорит и атмосфера Казани. Это сразу чувствуется. Казань. Вот там вдали мы можем видеть только часть самого крупного медиаэкрана Европы.
Right now we are going to the Unified Presentation Center of the Republic of Tatarstan.
Oh, shit.
This is the place where we make wow effect.
So the government of Kazan is pulling out all the stops.
Why is this guy hanging out with all these fucking boomers, dude? I'd be bored out of my fucking mind.
Of a never-ending tour of the city. And what this has to do with blockchain is anyone's guess.
The Russian government's hope is that Vitalik's technology can be as transformative for their own finances as it has been for his.
So I heard about Bitcoin for the first time in maybe February 2011. Eventually, I found a guy who was willing to pay me 5 Bitcoins per article for writing articles for his Bitcoin blog.
And what was Bitcoin worth at the time?
Each Bitcoin was $0.8.
$0.8, so you're getting 5 per article, and now that would be $5,000 an article.
Right.
More or less, okay.
Yeah. You know, being a high school guy with not much money, I thought $1.5 an hour was a fairly reasonable wage.
2 years ago.
That was a good deal to you. $1.5 an hour.
Yeah, fight for 1.5.
Yeah. Explain to me why this technology is so transformational that people think it'll change the world.
Because they represent kind of epochal changes in the options that we have for interacting with each other. With Bitcoin, it's you don't need banks to send money anymore. It's just something that happens directly peer-to-peer. And Ethereum extends that to making digitally enforceable agreements.
That changes whole industries, doesn't it?
And it hasn't yet, but we'll see.
Damn, that's the whole thing. Nice lettuce, dude.
What is it about Vitaly?
I prefer iceberg.
Why are you so interested in blockchain?
Because Tatarstan is considered to be the innovative republic.
You want to be the sort of...
I think the rest is going to be a fucking a headache to watch.